Yeah, just kind of another keeping it real estate question related is insurance and roofs and big changes in the insurance industry. And I'm going to say this is a not a foreclosure. It is a forewarning. We are not uh, insurance experts or anything. This is just what we are seeing in the real estate industry and conversation with other professionals inside real estate.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's something that, in the disclosures and stuff, you see how old is the roof? You need to have a roof that works. And, it's a big deal because roofs are expensive. But in the past, when it comes to buying a house, you kind of look at it and be like, okay, it seems to be in good shape. And it's probably got 10 more good years on it. All right, let's, make an offer. And that's not really an item that we're touching on. That's just
Yeah.
part of the house. Where now, I've had plenty of people, we're out looking at houses, and that's the first question. And it's because what we've been kind of told is after a roof is 10 years old, people might have a tough time getting insurance on it or something like that after they purchase a home. And it's becoming more of a topic in negotiations when it comes to offering on a house. So it's like, this roof is 15 years old. We might need to think about getting it replaced. And
Yeah, and maybe expanding on that a little bit is yes, you can still get insurance, but the like replacement insurance is like we've heard that is going away.
right,
Like it will be
exactly.
prorated. Hey, if that's a 30-year shingle, you're already on year 15. Like if you have an event, you've got half of it paid for. Like I mean, that's
Right.
really becoming a serious conversation. Where before, before all these hailstorms and hurricanes and all of that kind of really rocked the insurance industry, is cool. You almost kind of wish for a hailstorm of just like, hey, I got a 25-year-old roof. Kind of hope that we have a replacement hailstorm, big golf ball size hail comes through. Um, Gone are those insurance policies, and they're going higher and higher.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I mean, we've got family who is in the insurance business, and it's been a long time coming. It's been 20 years of people just getting replacement roofs.
Every couple of years, and it's
Right.
just like,
And really, it's just kind of one of those situations where it's, if you've got an old roof and you just got it replaced because there's a hailstorm that came through, good for you because it's not probably not going to happen in the next couple of years,
yeah.
in the future.
I feel lucky that it was 2020 or 21 that we had ours both on the garage and the roof, and yeah, that was a pretty penny,
Right.
and I'm glad it's going to be there for a long time, and
And not
um,
only that, but deductibles are getting more expensive as well. I
yeah,
know there's some major companies that still have $1,000 deductibles on their roof insurance claims, and I don't think that's going to be a thing for much longer.
5,000 is probably going to be a minimum on a roof.
Right.
Is I think that's what I've heard from a couple of insurance friends.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, as far as the real estate side of it goes, I've had multiple people look at a house and be like, this roof is 15 years old. It's listed at 375. It's going to cost $30,000 for a new roof, so we're offering 345.
Yeah,
Like that's just it comes into play in our offers now. And
it does, and I think there is some short sightedness of buyers who think they're Instagram gurus on negotiating. I kind of roll my eyes at it of just like every single influencer that's just trying to, hey, wholesaling and let's take the sellers for a ride on that. The value is the value, and yeah, they're probably not going to be paying retail on something that probably will last another 10 or 15 years. So there
right,
there is some aspects where buyers need to be more realistic.
for sure.
So if you're hearing this and you're thinking you're going to negotiate the world, you attempt to, but it's just not reasonable because there's plenty of other buyers that will be willing to take it at a better price, for the seller. So that's kind of my
Yeah,
be careful. Choose your
choose your battles
battles.
for sure.
Um, I have had it where if you get an inspection and hey, the inspector says, hey, I think there's some hail hits here, or there's some evidence of hail hits. Now, general home inspectors are not certified professionals as far as hail damage hits. They're not
Hmm.
insurance adjusters. I mean, I suppose that's probably not a blanket statement where it's all true, but most of them aren't.
Yeah,
But
this
they
is one
can.
of those topics where you can start saying things, and all of a sudden, all the adjusters are like, "No, no," and all
I
the
am an inspector
right,
and an
all the
adjuster.
contractors are, "Well, I've looked at 1,000 roofs," and
Yeah.
but
The,
it's
the reason I say it is there's been I think we're at like 12 for 13, maybe 13 for 14, something like that in the last. So it doesn't happen a ton. Um, for hey, we found some hail damage, during the inspection process. Is
Mhm.
having that conversation. What I tell the buyer said, this damage obviously happened when the seller owns it.
Mhm.
You know, if it's a claim that could be, turned into their insurance, a great thing is if you could get a brand new roof and only pay the deductible of $1,000, would you do it?
Yeah,
100%. Like everybody's like, yep, I would definitely pay $1,000 to get a brand new roof on there. So it's really just having a communicative, a good conversation. I wish I could take back communicative on there.
yeah,
A good conversation with the other agent of saying, hey, we found some hail damage. I've seen this done in the past. We've done it with success. And, if the insurance adjuster comes out and says, hey, there's no damage here, that's fine.
that's
We're okay
a
with that.
good thing,
That's a good thing,
right?
But it was the times where the seller just would not do it.
Mhm.
Absolutely. But with great success, I mean, I think it was either 12 or 13 roofs paid, during the transaction process.
Yeah,
And again, buyers are thrilled. There's like, hey, I just saved them theoretically, whatever, 30 or 40 grand, on some of these houses that they were done on there. And,
it's a
sellers are
big
like,
deal,
oh, I guess, we probably would have done that ourselves. And it's not on the buyer's insurance claim either.
right?
So, not sure if that affects the sellers, but hey, I was representing the buyers on it.
Right. Yeah, so we just wanted to touch on it because it's probably going to be more in the spotlight moving forward as well.
Yeah.
It's becoming more of an issue for sellers and buyers alike. But yeah, like we said, we're not experts, but
Insurance experts and
we're
hail experts.
we're not experts on anything. Yeah, no, we're not experts as far as that goes specifically. But we've dealt with it. We've
Yeah.
gone through the process. So if you do have any questions, feel free to reach out. We're available for you. But
Yep. Absolutely. Thank you.
cool.